the place of our meetings that where we actually need to get together and spend some time. But I think they do a great job on the supplemental things that we need to cover, and this is obviously just one of them. So with that being said, I'm going to get started. As we talked about a little while ago, let's see, we got about 40 guys. If you have a question, shoot it over in your question module. We got Greg Walls, Bob Leader, and Tony Carilli monitoring the question module. They'll handle any of your questions. And as we did talk about, please don't use the question module as your personal chat line. We're going to review the three-man mechanics, and then we're going to touch on four-man mechanics, and I'm hoping Mr. Carilli or Mr. Walls will step up and kind of lead that portion of it as we answer any questions or bring up any highlights on four-man mechanics, because we will get into some four-man in the next couple of weeks. I have two presentations to show you tonight. They are by no means comprehensive. They merely hit on the high spots of some things that we need to know as we move on. With that being said, we'll get started. The three positions that we're going to refer to tonight are obviously U1 and U3, being at plate, first, and third respectively. Our basic rotations are UICs going to third, U1 is coming to the plate, and U3 will go across the infield. You want to do that as you shadow the runner going to that previous base. You are at that position for them to come to you. One of the major differences in three-man versus two-man is in two-man we allow the ball and the runner to take us to our position, and in three-man we go to the position as the situation dictates and wait on balls and runners to come to us. Going to be 5 basic rotations. That's with a dead red triple that no one has gone out on, a runner at first with a clean base hit, a runner at first and third base hit, a bomb blast home run, a ball to the wall we need to go out on, but a bomb blast home run that is out of the park before we can take 3 steps, we just need to rotate on that. And with runners at first and second, less than 2 outs, possible double tag. Those are the 5 situations that basically we're going to rotate on. Our basic fly ball coverages with no runners and with a runner at third, that'll put U1 and U3 on the wings. U1 is going to take the center fielder. That is a change from last year. U1 is going to read the center fielder straight in and straight out and drifting to his right slightly. U3 is going to take, that should say F fielder, all the way to the left field line. U3 is reading U1 as U1 now has that read. So basically off the ball, U3 needs to start across the diamond, and as long as that ball is not hit into his hitting zone. Basic fly ball coverages with a runner at first and second, and the base is loaded, which puts U3 in the C, and that should be U1 on the wing. U3 is going to have the small V, which is going to be between left field and center field. U1 has a center fielder straight in and straight out, which is the way it's always been. But now you're just going to read it with no runners on as well. So we're not that way around based on coverages. And the UIC has the left fielder to the line. Basic coverage with a runner at second and runner at second and third, which puts U1 in the B position and U3 on the wing. We're basically going to reverse it with UIC taking the right fielder to the line, U1 taking a small V between left field and center field, and U3 taking this center fielder straight in, straight out, and obviously hit out in that direction. When U3 and U1 go out, we're going to revert to standard two-man mechanics. We all know those extremely well. U1 and whomever is left will rotate on the three standard situations that two-man rotate on. Runner on first and third with clean base hits, runner on first and second, possible double tag with less than 2 outs. That's pretty straightforward and pretty easy going. Possible home run or a ball to the wall, go out. The wingman needs to go on that. We are not leaving the middle of this year, either from C or B. Do not leave the middle of the diamond. We make those calls all year long from the middle of the diamond. Let's don't muddy up the water by putting someone in that position who is not used to going out in that situation to now asking them to go out and possibly creating issues. We make that call from the middle of the diamond all year long. We can make that call for the next 3 weeks from the middle of the diamond. But if you're on the wing and the ball's in your hitting zone and it's to the wall or a possible home run, get out on it, please. Some funky things that will happen in a three-man. With a runner at third and U3 goes out, U1 has the back pick at third. You got to come all the way across the diamond for that back pick. Runner on third and no one goes out, plate man has that tag at third. When there's a runner at U3, should treat him like he's not there. Either read your ball and go out on it or get across to the middle of the diamond. Plate man has that tag. Runners at second and third, this is the only time in the game that U3 has a tag at third base. And that is only, well, never mind. Nope, not saying anything there. Runners at second and third, this is the only time that U3 has that tag. With no runners on, and U1, or excuse me, it should say U1. U1 goes out, the plate man has got to get to first for that back pick. You can't expect U3 to get all the way across the diamond in that particular situation. You should be trailing him up the line anyway. UIC has that back pick at first base. U3 runs a lot. No question about it. You're going to run a lot, and you will get most of the plays at second base, and most of them are close. So be on your game, be well hydrated, be well rested, and because you will have most of the action. On the front end of a double play, U3 needs to stay on that call. No reason to turn and look and see what's going on at first base. You don't have anything to do with what's going on over there. Stay on that call. Watch that play till it ends. Make sure you have nothing as far as a forced play slide rule or any kind of interference that may occur after the ball has been released and thrown to first. UIC is going to give the rotation signals to the man in the middle, and then the man in the middle will trade him with the man on the wing, and y'all will make your decisions then as to whether or not you're sliding or rotating or doing whatever it is you need to do. So positions will be assigned in the arbiter. You need to be on the game at the game site a minimum of 1 hour. If you cannot be at the game in an hour before game time, please don't take the game. For games that are out of town, please try to get together and the entire crew ride together. But next week during district playoffs, please plan to be on site 1 hour before game time. At times, have fun. These are fun games that we do. These 3 weeks are the reasons that we do work so hard in the off season, work all those endless games in the fall at Richmond and at Glen Allen and at Randolph-Macon, and we spend all that time in the cage session in December and January, and we go out and work those bitter cold scrimmage games in March. It's for these 3 weeks, so have some fun with them. All right, if you bear with me a second while I bring up my next one. I'm going to put myself on mute for a second and take a swallow of water. See if there's any questions that may be